Here's the big story tonight on India Upfront. The last person who criticized the Quran and demanded that a certain number of verses must be deleted was hounded so much that he changed his religion to Hindu. And I'm not talking about Salman Rushdie, but Jitendra Narayan Singh Tyagi. Incidentally, Salman Rushdie also changed his name to Joseph Anton and went into hiding. But even though the Ayatollahs in Iran withdrew the edict seeking his head, viewers, Rushdie was mercilessly stabbed almost 40 years after his book Satanic Verses first appeared on the shelves globally, but never here in India. Indeed, in our great democracy, you can only question the precepts of the Muslim faith if you have a death wish. There are many who have paid the price. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, who is here tonight, will tell you how he has been reduced to a symbol of Islamophobia for merely citing what is in the book. Only the courage of his convictions keeps him going. On the other hand, viewers, you can call Hindu gods the ugliest of names. You can brazenly hold up Hindu texts like the Ramcharitmanas and burn it. You can smash Hindu idols of gods. You can squat on Hindu temples. And the state can waltz in and take over Hindu temple land. It almost appears that Hindus don't count, their sentiments even less. And that's perhaps the reason why workers linked to the Samajwadi Party's Neta SP Maurya can burn an ode to Lord Ram. The burning of the Ramcharitmanas was in part provoked by Maurya's rant against the book that he gratuitously labeled anti-Dalit and discriminatory. Incidentally, after his scurrilous characterization, Maurya was not just feted, but even promoted by his party boss, Akhilesh Yadav. Wonder, viewers, if Mr. Yadav had acted with such magnanimity if Maurya had set afire the books of other faiths. The answer, of course, is no. Remember, Akhilesh is only following in the traditions of his late father Mulayam Singh Yadav, who had ordered the police in Uttar Pradesh to fire on car sevaks in 1990. Viewers, as I said, the last person who criticized the Quran and demanded that a certain number of verses must be deleted was hounded so much that he changed his religion to Hindu. I told you that person's name, Jitendra Narayan Singh Tyagi, or at least the name now that he goes by. I also told you, viewers, that Dr. Anand Ranganathan, who is here tonight on this show, will tell you how he has been reduced to a symbol of Islamophobia for merely citing what is in the book. Only the courage of his convictions keeps him going. Well, viewers, look at the different standards. The Samajwadi Party may be lionizing Maurya, but Times Now confronted the Samajwadi Party General Secretary. And he went on to not only justify his act that many people believe is one of heresy, but also, viewers, he went on to dare the Hindu community. Viewers, this is plain incitement. But as I told you, he will not be called a Hindu phobe. He will be called a reformist voice within the Hindu fold. Viewers, listen to this interaction between Times Now and this individual.
सरकार के दबाव में एफआईआर कितनी भी हो जाए, अगर हम महिलाओं के सम्मान की बात कर रहे हैं, आदिवासियों, दलितों, पिछड़ों को सम्मान दिलाने की बात कर रहे हैं, तो ये बात चलती रहेगी. एक नहीं 1000 एफआईआर हो जाए तो भी सच कहने से पीछे नहीं रहेंगे.
उसमें अरेस्टिंग हो गई पुलिस ने अभी 2 मिनट पहले ही मैसेज दिया है कि 5 लोगों को गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया, जो इसमें 5 आरोपी
मुझे भी गिरफ्तार कर ले. जब मौके में मैं था ही नहीं तो मेरा नाम कैसे आ गया? मैं तो उल्टा पुलिस पर एफआईआर करवा दूंगा. जब जिस घटना से मेरा कोई ताल्लुकात नहीं, जिस घटने में मौके पर मेरी परछाई तक नहीं गई, उस एफआईआर में मेरा नाम कैसे आ गया? अब स्वाभाविक रूप से भाजपा सरकार इस देश की महिलाओं, आदिवासियों, दलितों, पिछड़ों के सम्मान की विरोधी है। इसलिए महिलाओं, आदिवासियों, दलितों, पिछड़ों को अपमानित करने वालों के साथ भाजपा खड़ी है।
तो आप इनकी लड़ाई लड़ते रहेंगे?
इसमें भी कोई शक, अभियान चलता रहेगा।
और कार्रवाई होगी तो?
सच की बात करना अपराध नहीं, किसी पुस्तक का विवादित अंश निकालने की मांग करना अपराध नहीं, महिलाओं को सम्मान दिलाने की बात करना अपराध नहीं। मेरे न रहने पर भी मेरा नाम एफआईआर में शामिल करना अपने आप मालूम होता है कि ये दबाव में थाने में बैठकर मजबूरी में एफआईआर लिखी गई है, झूठी एफआईआर लिखी गई है।
Other than the so-called left secular ecosystem too have banded together to either justify the burning of the Hindu holy text or turn a blind eye towards this alleged heresy. Viewers, watch on.
मैं आपसे कह रहा हूं, धार्मिक ग्रंथ के खिलाफ कोई नहीं है, ना मैं के खिलाफ। भगवान श्री राम के खिलाफ कोई नहीं है, रामचरितमानस के खिलाफ कोई नहीं। हमसे बोलो रामचरितमानस के खिलाफ नहीं है। स्टेटमेंट दिया, कहा है कि मुख्यमंत्री अगर योगी न होते, धार्मिक स्थान से वहां आए होते, तो शायद वो सवाल मैं न पूछता उनसे। मैं मुख्यमंत्री जी से पूछने जा रहा हूं कि मैं शूद्र हूं कि नहीं हूं। बीजेपी वाले ये बताएं उनके नेता क्या क्या कहते हैं।
मैंने शुरू से एक बात कही कि जब स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य ने ये बयान दिया तो स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य के समाज का कोई भी मौर्य उनके विरोध में नहीं आया। मैं समझता हूं कि सबको अपनी बात रखने का हक है। अगर किसी का अपमान हो रहा है और वो उस पर अपनी आवाज उठा रहा है तो उसको सुना जाना चाहिए।
It is internal matter of Samajwadi Party, whether he was appointed as General Secretary or whatever he is.
Meanwhile, the BJP, viewers, has lashed out at the SP General Secretary and Akhilesh Yadav for trying to stay relevant by spewing hate, especially hate against Hindus. Watch this.
उनके पास कहने को कुछ बचा नहीं है। सब फ्रस्ट्रेटेड लोग हैं, चुके हुए लोग हैं। जनता ने बुरी तरह नकार दिया है। केवल सामाजिक वैमनस्यता फैला करके वो अखबार में आना चाहते हैं। जनता उनके असलियत को अच्छी तरह समझ चुकी है।
मी डिसाइड केला, या देशामध्ये जिथे जिथे हनुमंताला विरोध होईल, रामाला विरोध होईल, डोक्यावर भगवा आणि कफन बांधून त्यांच्या समोर सगळ्यात पहिले नवनीत राणा उभा राहील आणि नवनीत राणा तिथे उभी राहील।
Let's open this up, viewers. Let's ask some basic questions here tonight, especially those that expose the hypocrisy of the ecosystem. And let me begin with Sameer Singh, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, since it is a leader of his party that has gone out to denounce the Ramcharitmanas, and because of his words, his aides have come out and burnt this holy text. Now, Sameer Singh ji, your boss, Akhilesh Yadav ji, says very clearly that there is no problem in seeking the deletion of so-called regressive excerpts of holy textbooks. So let me ask you, do you support the same demand from the former chief of the Shia board, Mr. Rizvi, who said that certain problematic verses of the Quran should also be deleted? Do you support that?
Rahul, first of all, because since we are talking about SP Maurya ji and his statements, and you've brought along our Honorable President Sir's remarks into this, then first of all, I'd like to clarify the stand of Samajwadi Party on this entire propaganda that has been created, or the entire incident that has happened. The way we are seeing it, the way it's coming out in the televisions, the way the BJP is trying this to make this as an opportunity to defame the Samajwadi Party and to call us anti-Hindus or people who do not support or believe in Lord Rama, this is absolutely false. And I think the statement that you played, the Honorable National President's statement that you played, it clearly mentions and it clearly states that we are not against Lord Ram. Nobody is. We are not against the entire book, the Ramcharitmanas, that is in question here. We are only supporting SP Maurya in his demands that if certain sections, if certain verse, if certain part of the scripture that is demeaning towards a certain section of the society, be it women, be it the lower class or the OBCs and the Dalits, then I don't see any harm in doing that, because I don't think, in fact, today at this debate we are sitting, can any panelist support that verse we will be talking about? Comparing animals with women and Shudras.
Sameer ji, since you asked me about any panelist,
hatred and abuse,
okay, Sameer ji, you haven't answered my question. I'm only saying you can burn the Ramcharitmanas. As Swami Prasad Maurya, who has been now promoted in your party.
No, we can't burn the Ramcharitmanas. That is what the entire point is, Rahul.
Sameer ji, 1 second. Please don't speak over me.
Can you just allow me to complete?
No, 1 second, please.
No. Okay, Rahul,
are you wanting to do one-upmanship here, or are you wanting to listen to the follow-up question and you can answer?
Because you just said that we are okay with burning the Ramcharitmanas. No, we are not.
Then why is Swami Prasad Maurya's entire clique of closed aides tearing up the Ramcharitmanas and burning it, and why is Swami Prasad Maurya, who has nothing nice to say about the book and is even justifying its burning, being promoted in your party, sir?
Rahul, see, first of all, this is mere coincidence that the National Samajwadi Party's national executive members have been, have been announced yesterday, and Swami Prasad Maurya's name it's not because what he's said, what he's done in the past couple of days.
So you support the removal of problematic verses. Sameer Singh ji, you support the removal of problematic verses. You are not addressing the question of the burning of the Ramcharitmanas. For a moment, let's set that aside. Let's talk about how you want certain problematic verses deleted, right? At least you agree to this? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, we do.
Yes, you do.
That's the entire thing. Nowhere
has. So can I ask you a follow-up question? With your permission, sir, can I ask you a formal? Can you answer a follow-up question with your permission? I'll only take your permission since you want to speak the most. So you tell me. Do I have your permission to ask the question? Yes, no.
Rahul, I'm not speaking the most. You asked me a question.
So let me ask you, should certain parts of the Quran or the Hadith, should certain parts of the Quran or Hadith also be deleted? And also problematic verses from the Bible, should they also be deleted, sir?
Rahul, I'm sorry because I cannot answer to this question, and it has nothing to do with what religion they belong to. It's just that I don't belong to that religion. I don't know what those verses are. I am a Hindu. I am a Sanatan, and if my religion, because I consider Hindu a very pious religion, and it has been over and over told, and also by the Supreme Court said that it's a way of life. So I am a Hindu. I am a Sanatani, and if I find something wrong in my religion, I have every right to question it or ask.
So then tell me something.
About it.
So then tell me something. So then tell me something. So then tell me something.
As any guru.
Okay, so tell me something. Akhilesh Yadav, this is what he said about Nupur Sharma. Nupur Sharma, who found fault in some other religion. On that, Akhilesh Yadav was holding forth. He was not like you, who's only concerned with the Hindu faith. On Nupur Sharma, he says the BJP leaders should be arrested for the unrest in Kanpur due to the provocative statement given by BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma due to the failure of police intelligence. He says not only the face, a reference to Nupur Sharma, but the body should also apologize, which is a reference to the BJP, and should also be punished for disturbing the unrest and harmony in the country. Now let me also tell you, viewers, this gentleman, Akhilesh Yadav, how he thinks so differently from Mahatma Gandhi, a fellow Hindu. Mahatma Gandhi said this about the Ramcharitmanas, viewers. Mahatma Gandhi, who everyone will argue is perhaps the truest Ram Bhakt in modern India, died taking his name. He said, "My Ram, the Ram of our prayers, is not the historical Ram, the king of Ayodhya. He's the eternal, the unborn, the one without a second. Call him Ishwar, Allah, God, Ahura Mazda. His names are innumerable. He is timeless, formless, stainless. Stainless. Him alone I worship." Mahatma Gandhi found no problems. But the Samajwadi Party spokesperson Sameer Singh selectively focuses on the Ramcharitmanas. He has a problem. His party promotes a person who has a problem and forgets that hundreds and thousands of Hindus today are upset by the characterization of Mr. Maurya, who has called the Ramcharitmanas all that he has called it, and because of his statements, his aides, his supporters have felt emboldened to burn the book. Now, viewers, had this been any other book, I'll tell you what would have happened. SP Maurya would have been thoroughly denounced. A fatwa would have been issued on his head had it been against the Quran. And let me also tell you, viewers, Akhilesh Yadav would have upheld the fatwa, but not when it comes to a Hindu text. Why? That's the fundamental question. Dr. Ranganathan, what do you think?
Rahul, let's be very honest about it. Had a book of some religion other than Hinduism being burned publicly, this country would have erupted in a civil war. It is easy to mock and ridicule Hinduism because there is no danger of being beheaded. There is no concept of blasphemy. Rahul, we need to understand the millions who pour onto the streets every second month demanding Sar Tan se Juda. They are not mad. They are not terrorists. They are not fanatics. They are simply following religious fundamentals. They are all very law abiding. Their law is Sharia. The obvious question then to ask is there Islamic sanction for punishing blasphemy? The answer is yes, there is. Allah has specifically ordered that those who abuse Allah and His Messenger, Allah has cursed them in this world and the hereafter and prepared for them a humiliating punishment, 3357. And that the penalty for those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger, the crime, if you remember, Ayatollah accused Rushdie of, is that they be killed, 533. The Sahih Muslim Hadith 194436 specifically quotes Prophet Muhammad as saying, quote, "Who will kill Kaab Ashraf the poet? He has maligned Allah the Exalted and His Messenger," unquote. So anyone who is perceived to have blasphemed will sooner or later meet the fate of Kamlesh Tiwari. And now the situation is such that one can't even quote Islamic scriptures as Nupur did, or even support her right to do so as Taylor Kanhaiya Lal did. We actually are for handing out punishment for blasphemy, but only if blasphemy is carried out against Islam. Remember how PM Manmohan Singh demanded an apology from Denmark for prophet cartoons. Remember how Sonia Gandhi publicly apologized to the Shahi Imam. But when it comes to Hinduism, it is a free-for-all. All those Gaumutra jibes, terming Hindu god Parashurama a terrorist and a rapist, celebrating Tipu Jayanti, praying at the tomb of Aurangzeb, burning Hindu holy books, you name it. And if the idea is to demean Hinduism, they have done it. Now let me come to the very important second issue. Rahul, Hinduism has survived 5 millennia and more because it imbibes the scientific virtues of diversity, empathy, independent thought, and reform. In Hinduism, religion is an offshoot of the way of life. While its Abrahamic ideologies, way of life is an offshoot of religion. It follows that the former is less shackled by rigidity or by rules and diktats and is more mutable, celebrating diversity of its followers. As always, the source, the fountainhead, dictates the mutability and eagerness to change. In Hinduism, there are sects that promote and celebrate atheism, Charvaks. There are sects that reject Vedas altogether, Lingayats. How gloriously ironical is that? Rejecting your holy scriptures and yet being proud Hindus. Can this happen in any other religion? Hinduism is an all-accepting, all-questioning idea. It teaches us to mock all isms except criticism. And it'll be a sorry day when we relinquish that.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. We should never relinquish that feature. But that also doesn't mean that we should accept every unqualified abuse. In fact, Dr. Ranganathan, I would disagree with you. I don't even think that the Hindu way is a way of life. It is actually a view on life. It doesn't even prescribe a way, let alone anything, since you have elaborated on the example. It's just a view on life. And it is quite capable of undergoing many mutations. The problem is when people try to politicize, appease by tearing up Hindu textbooks. Why should you be tearing up and burning Hindu textbooks when Hindus are very capable of reinterpreting all that has been said and also left unsaid? In fact, a lot that is left unsaid has also been reinterpreted, viewers, in a manner to make it seem that it's a view worth following. So burning is to take advantage. It is to mock and insult this tolerance. And that's where the problem is. Danish Bhai, I'm sure you will not agree with this action of burning the Ramcharitmanas. I'm sure you will say that this is wrong. Through dialogue, through open conversations, very permitted in the Hindu view of life, this could have been done. And the Samajwadi Party should take action against Mr. Maurya. I'm sure you will say that tonight. At least I hope you will.
Rahul, now the thing is, first of all, India has come in this type of communal hatred after 2014. What that the Yogi government is doing when in UP there's such situation held with Ramcharitmanas. My good friend Anand was saying that if any other religious book has been burnt like this, nation converts under the civil war. I want to ask him, in November 2022, in Shahjahanpur, 4 copies of Quran was been burnt and protest was been held. Till today, is UP is under the civil war, Mr. Anand? No. But the problem is the people, those who have raised the question, diplomatic discussion should be held with them. It is the duty of the Samajwadi Party. I think Mr. Akhilesh Yadav has clarified his stand on the issue, asking that either मैं योगी जी से पूछूंगा सदन में कि मैं शूद्र हूं या नहीं.
नुपुर तलवार apologized. Danish Bhai, Nupur Sharma apologized. She too apologized. You are saying that this gentleman clarified. Nupur Sharma, no, 1 second. Danish Bhai, Nupur Sharma, forget about what she did, what she didn't do. I'm just saying she apologized for everything. She said, sorry. I'm sorry. Are you today suggesting that the burning of the Ramcharitmanas is okay? Danish Bhai, I'm asking you a simple question. मैंने आपको geography नहीं पूछी, history भी नहीं पूछी.
No religious book should be. No.
Yes.
No.
So should I then? Can you tell the Samajwadi Party? Can you tell the Samajwadi Party? Danish Bhai, नहीं. But क्या? But क्या? सीधा बोलिए, not allowed. It should not happen. You can discuss it. You can have a discourse on it. You can have a debate on it. You can come on television and talk about it. But you cannot burn it. And don't put any but, because tomorrow, sir, when there are people who come out and blaspheme you, don't then say but. You get it? Danish Qureshi, I hope you understand that. Don't create 2 laws. Don't create 2 approaches. What is wrong is wrong. There is no but. I hope you understand. Yes, since you were asked, Dr. Ranganathan, since you drew your name into the conversation.
Rahul, listen to me.
Danish Bhai, please.
शर्म कीजिए दानिश भाई, शर्म कीजिए कुछ. बट मत लगाइए. जो गलत है गलत है.
अच्छा, मतलब वो शर्म ना करें जिन्होंने देश का ये हाल बना रखा है.
डॉक्टर
राहुल जी वो शर्म ना करें जिन्होंने देश का ये हाल बना रखा है.
किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? मुर्तजा की बात कर रहे हैं.
पहुंचा कैसे?
मुर्तजा की बात कर रहे हैं. Are you talking about Murtaza, who some of your friends said was mentally unstable, who went with a machete? Listen, Danish Qureshi, do not sit here and try
I'm
and
talking
spread
about the people,
and fan
those
hate.
who have started
You must
the
condemn.
political movement
You must
to demolish a religious
You must
place of
condemn
one
violence. You must
religious
condemn
group.
violence. Excuse me.
This is the
You must
history,
condemn
this is
violence.
the fact.
In every
Nobody can change this.
You must condemn violence against holy texts.
Yes, we are condemning
Good,
violence.
then leave it at that.
But
No,
we
but
need peace
what
in
but?
the country.
What but? What but? What but are you talking about?
But we need a peace.
Sir,
that
just
is the
because
part.
you know,
You
just
don't
because
want
you
peace,
know
Rahul?
three letters of the English language doesn't mean, sir, that you use them gratuitously. Do not use the word but. There is no if and but.
No issue. No issue.
Good. Now you keep quiet for 30
if
seconds.
you are much
Dr.
educated,
Ranganathan wants to
then
respond.
keep it with you, Rahul. That's good
Only
for you.
because Danish bhai, please allow me. I've been listening very patiently to you. I respect you a lot. Please, we're having a very sensible discussion.
नहीं आप
Please
बोलिए
don't
राहुल
ruin
भाई
it.
कोई इशू नहीं बोलिए
Please.
आनंद जी बोलिए
Thank you. Thank you. You know, just two very quick rebuttals. One, Danish bhai said no religious book should be burnt. Does he mean to say any non-religious book can be burnt? I mean, for example, I'm a Darwinian atheist. Tomorrow you'll start burning Darwin's Origin of Species. Book burning is a psychopathic act.
Yeah.
No one should be burning books, period. Religious or non-religious. Number two, look at the facetious, I'm sorry to use this word, argument of Danish bhai. He has so quickly forgotten that Nupur quoted what was derived from the hadiths. Now, let me give you one example. About a month ago, Rahul, I'm not going to go into what she quoted and all because obviously I have done it before. But the fact remains that a person who's a teacher who teaches for UPSC, he quoted something that the Hindus took umbrage at, and then a digital channel had to come live with that gentleman. And that person brought Mahabharata and all the Hindu holy scriptures to show that what he had quoted was in fact a verse. So I want one question. If that digital channel can do that for a Hindu verse, why couldn't it do it for the verses that Nupur quoted from Islamic holy scriptures, hadiths? Because there is fear and trembling. Because people like Danish Saab will not accept it. The fact that millions poured onto the street demanding the head of Nupur. That is the reason. There is fear and trembling, Rahul, and I also am subject to it. You also. This is the tragedy of this world.
And
Let's
no one will
accept it.
speak up. No one will speak up. Nobody. Everyone will label people so that their families, so that they get into trouble, their heads are cut off, their family members are assaulted. No one, viewers, will come and help you. And then they say, oh, see, these people deserved it. Deserved what? Deserved what? Asking a few questions, legitimate ones. Let me bring in Tehseen Poonawala. Now, he's a modern individual, even though he comes from the Congress party that is stuck today in an old appeasement politics. But nonetheless, I'm sure he'll take a progressive view tonight. Tehseen Poonawala, Gandhi ji, no less a human being than Gandhi ji, one of the founders of the great independence movement, at least in the modern era, Tehseen Poonawala, has said that the Ramcharitmanas is the greatest book in all devotional literature. Today it is being torn up, burnt by Samajwadi Party Neta's aides. How do you respond to this, Mr. Poonawala? Because Samir Singh is brazening it out. No problems. Take out the verses, he says. Take them out. If not, I'll burn them. His party members say. None of those party members have been pulled up, show-caused. In fact, one of those chaps has been promoted. Can you believe it? Tehseen Poonawala. How do you react?
Good evening, Rahul. And I am shocked, and I continue to remain shocked. And I remain shocked that every month, Anand and me have to come on to your debate, and we have to repeat the same thing again and again. You have an absolute right to disagree with a lot of things, with whichever books you want, whether it is a religious book or a non-religious book, with a TV channel. But that does not give you the right to destroy something. If somebody does not want to watch Times Now, change the channel. You cannot threaten Rahul Shivshankar, who I know gets threatened day in and day out, and the channel be threatened that we will burn down the building. You don't like a book, please shut the book and don't read it. You cannot burn a book. If the shoe is reversed, if the shoe is put in the other foot, if this was any other book, how would people react? When somebody burnt the Holy Quran in Sweden, lot of people, lot of Indians of different faiths condemned it. If we can condemn the burning of one book, why aren't we condemning the burning of every book, religious or not religious? And for the disclosure, I am an atheist. It is not correct to burn books. If you don't like a painting, get out of the gallery and don't watch the painting. You don't like a movie, don't buy tickets and don't watch it. If you watch the tickets and you don't like it, get out of the cinema theater. Don't threaten people and don't burn books and art, cinema or religious books. It's not accepted. Coming to the next point. You're right. All religions require some amount of reforms, whether it is Manu, Chapter 7, 272, 8, 374. That also talks about violence. That's fine. But you cannot indulge in violence when you have somebody's head being cut off. And I've said this repeatedly on your show. Sir Tan Se Juda is a terrorist slogan. It should be dealt with a terrorist way. The person sitting here who is an MIM supporter, it was an MIM MLA who actually said that Nupur Sharma should be hung to death. You cannot kill people. The Supreme Court let her down. And that is not uniformly applicable to people of other religions. Sure. I can't read what you say. I'm getting distracted.
Danish Qureshi.
Rahul, can I just come for 5 seconds, please?
Yes, Dr. Ranganathan.
This is a statement of Danish Qureshi Shahab. Can you please explain to your viewers why he was arrested for commenting on the shivling found inside the Kashi Vishwanath temple? Danish Sahab, आपने क्या कहा था?
And that's my problem. This polarizes society.
आनंद जी, matter is pending before the honorable court और मैं चाहूंगा कि इस पे ना ही बात की जाए तो ज्यादा बेटर है राहुल.
ये देखिए अब, now look at this.
But अब मैं but बोलूं? नहीं, अब मैं but बोलूं? Should I now say but?
Live on TV.
But. Now
नहीं तो आप बोलिए, अगर आप चाहते हैं, नहीं आप चाहते हैं, आप मुझे बोलिए, आप कहिए कि मैटर पेंडिंग है, फिर भी बात करें तो मैं करता हूं. शुरू करें
आपके सेंटिमेंट
शुरू करें राहुल.
रिलैक्स, आपके सेंटिमेंट्स आर सो इंपॉर्टेंट. नहीं 1 मिनट आप चीखते हैं.
आई एम टोटली रिलैक्स्ड. डोंट वरी.
आपके सेंटिमेंट्स मैटर मोर देन द कम्युनिटी सेंटिमेंट्स.
साहब, ये वो देश है जहां पे आप मुस्लिम होके कमेंट कर सकते हैं शिवलिंग पे और आपका सर अभी भी जुड़ा हुआ है आपके तन से. आप जरा एक बार अल्लाह या प्रॉफिट और कुरान शरीफ के बारे में कुछ ऐसा करके दिखाइए, तब पता चलेगा आपको. प्लीज रिस्पेक्ट आवर डेमोक्रेसी.
आनंद जी, आज चर्चा इस पे नहीं हो रही है.
नहीं,
जरूर बहुत चर्चा
वो तो इनकन्वीनियंट है.
अपना क्लैरिफिकेशन भी
वो तो इनकन्वीनियंट है, इसीलिए चर्चा नहीं करेंगे उस पे.
आनंद जी,
बट बोलेंगे.
आप टाइम्स नाउ भी देख लीजिएगा, उस पर डिस्कशन कर. नहीं, बात क्यों बोलेंगे? राहुल, आप कहिए कि आप शुरू करें. मैटर पेंडिंग है, मैं अपनी बाउंड्री लाइन बना के रखूंगा. आप कहिए कि शुरू करें, मैं स्टार्ट करता हूं, फिर कोई इश्यू नहीं है. आपकी लायबिलिटी रहेगी आपके चैनल पे.
Danish Qureshi, I am not criticizing the. No, 1 minute. Liability. Liability. No, 1 second. Let me expose this, Mr. Butt. Let me expose Mr. Butt. When it comes to commenting on viewers, no, 1 second, but
Rahul,
Mr. Butt, 1 minute, Mr. Butt,
go through the record.
Mr. Butt Qureshi, give me 30 seconds, Mr. Butt, give me 30 seconds. No. When it comes to 1 second, viewers, this is the same lot that commented on an ongoing court case, viewers, 14 years long. Modi, Gujarat riots. This was the same lot that commented on the Ram Janambhoomi case for not 14 years, viewers, for 130 years. This is the same butt lot. This is the same butt lot that continues to talk about Sadhvi Pragya's case. This is the same butt lot, viewers, let me tell you, that talks about even the Gyan Vapi case, the shivling there. Then it doesn't matter, there is no contempt. Then it's not sub judice.
Rahul, can I add one line?
They will talk about the CAA, they will talk about Article 370, all sub judice. No problems. They will talk about the hijab, no problems. even though that case, they will talk about Sabrimala.
Rahul, what
they
is
will talk
problem
about
with you is
this
that,
Mr.
that
Butt lot.
in all
No, no, no.
those matter, I am not a party.
Mr. Butt. No, this Mr. Butt. No, listen.
Myself is a
Danish
party
Qureshi,
in that matter.
Danish
That's
Qureshi,
why Mr. Superbutt, Rahul,
Danish
Mr.
Qureshi,
Superbutt,
Danish
try to
Qureshi,
understand what
Danish
issues you are
Qureshi
talking. I am
Danish
not
Qureshi
directly as a I will rest my case.
I want to bring in Ratan Sharda Bhai. I also want to bring in Dushyant Sridhar.
That is the allegation on myself.
10 seconds. I plead with you for 10 seconds.
No, if you want to talk on that, I'm sorry, I have to leave the debate. Rahul, I'm not going to continue with
now
this.
look, he's leaving.
Yeah.
He's leaving now.
He's leaving.
He has said this.
This is not a point of laughing.
Okay.
This is not a point of laughing.
Right.
This is not a
Ratan
point
Sharda.
of laughing.
Ratan Sharda. Ratan Sharda, what are we witnessing here?
Danish is cornered. That's not a matter of laughing.
Ratan
Sharda laughed at him. Yeah.
What are we
Danish
witnessing
was
here?
laughing at others. Now it is not a laughing matter.
Don't try to mislead.
Can I speak now?
Don't try to mislead. I am talking
Rahul, I have not spoken for a long time.
Let him finish. Let Ratan Sharda, let Mr. Sharda is waited patiently.
This is not a point of laughing. I have to leave the debate.
Okay. Relax, sir, relax. Let 1 second. Ratan Sharda.
I am also Dr. Don't worry, it's fine. Okay, now coming to the main point.
Yeah.
I am highly pained. I have no words to say how pained I am today. I have suffered many kind of ridiculous situations on the social media, on TV. But today's burning of Ramcharitmanas taken the worst kind of hit that I have ever taken. But they don't even know that Ramayana has been the inspiration for billions of people around the world. People who migrated carried only Ramcharitmanas, and they were able to nurture their dharma. They could save themselves from any conversion, any kind of oppression, and became leaders in their own societies. Rama is a symbol of Maryada Purushottam, leader of the society. They forget that Rama got what we did to call scheduled tribes, to put them together to attack the evil. Ravana, who was a Brahmin, incidentally. Not only that, who was Valmiki who wrote Ramayana? He was a Shudra who became a Brahmin Rishi. We talk of, they joke about Hindu Dharma. Vedas were written 6,000 years back when Rishikas wrote Richas in Vedas, and when no religion was born, when Bible said that total age of earth is 6,000 years. Those people to question our religion. Problem, Rahul, is that we try to superimpose today's Western ideas on a dharma, on a view of life which was born nearly 10,000 years back, and compare it to today's ethical standards. But we will not compare with today's ethical standards either Bible or Quran or any other Abrahamic religion, because that endangers their life. And what does it say? No rights for women, half lives for women. When our queens were fighting the British and colonizers, British were discussing whether women have a soul. And is their soul, whether half the soul. We today laud Prophet Muhammad for giving some rights to women where were none available. But are they valid today? No, but they must be valid today also. But at the same time, when we had Shankaracharya debating Mandan Mishra, who was the referee, his wife Bharati. That is the standard we held for women. That is the standard we held for rishis. Vedavyas was a Shudra. He became a rishi. So they know nothing about our religion. Then I will leave that part to the scholar, Mr. Dushyant. But what do we know? We just know how to create hate. And he said 2014. So after 2014, you can defame anybody. You can say insult Hindus. My last point, Hindus need to stop this good boy image. They have to confront these goons on the road and not allow them to stand for any election, any political party, whichever party they might be. And they must face the people and either apologize or they will not be allowed to enter the social discord. They need total boycott by Hindu society. No more dissent, no more decency to these people, because
as long as we don't endorse any violent actions, everything else is fine. Don't vote for them, boycott them, do whatever you want to, but no violence. And Dr. Ratan Sharda is certainly not endorsing that.
Soul regularly.
Yes, well,
there is a
law.
There is a law. To remain tolerant.
Yes, Ratan Sharda ji, there is a law, and the law must be kicked in. Now, let me tell you, viewers, Danish Qureshi, what he's not going to tell you, the ACP, J.M. Yadav, what he has said about Danish Qureshi when he was arrested on May 18, 2022. This is the police statement. He said, the action was taken after it came to the notice of the cyber team that derogatory language was used against Hindu gods and goddesses from a Twitter handle belonging to Qureshi. we carried out a technical analysis of the Twitter handle and arrested Qureshi. So this man today, viewers, Janus-faced, who uses the word but all the time to qualify everything, even that which should not be defended,
what about a Muslim
has,
who
according,
Manas did have a view on that?
has, according to the police, one second, tweeted from his handle what Dr. Ranganathan was showing you. Abuse, viewers, derogatory language against Hindu gods and goddesses.
Such awful language.
This is a gentleman who is sitting
And he's
here
alive on the TV.
and holding forth. Now,
And he's alive
Dushyant
on
Sridhar,
TV.
let me bring in Dushyant Sridhar. Does the Ramcharitmanas deserve to be burnt as the Samajwadi Party's workers and Maurya's workers have done, and Maurya himself seems in no hurry to condemn? Sir, and when it is, what goes through the mind of a Hindu such as you? Mr. Sridhar, please tell me.
Namaskaram Rahul, and namaskaram to my fellow panelists. I heard all of them very, very patiently. You can add as many veries as possible. With respect to the last few months or years, we have been talking about decolonizing our thoughts. We need to get out of the colonial period. I think we need to go 600 years before that and de-Islamize our thoughts as well. I'm not meaning in a derogatory manner. I'm not talking about the religion, because we were ruled by many, many kings who were adhering to that religion, because it was during that period when most of the libraries were burnt, Rahul. So it was a thought from the Western world that when bundles of manuscripts and scriptures are burnt in India, that scripture will vanish in thin air. No. Because Vishnu Sahasranamam or Ramayanam or Mahabharatam, I don't need any of these books, because I know most of these verses by heart. So I can give them a few of my copies and they can burn, because Ramayanam or Ramcharitmanas stays here, stays in my mind. So I'm not bothered about burning of the books. So this burning of the books itself is a very foreign thought. They think, see, that system is still continuing. I'll keep that aside for a minute. With respect to this particular verse of Ramcharitmanas, I feel nobody has understood what that context is. It is a biography of a person called Rama, where there are a plethora of characters. When Rama wishes to construct a setu, a bridge, setu pata sima simantita samudra, says Vedanta Deshika, connecting Bharata Desha to Sri Lanka, he has to seek the Green Tribunal's clearance. So he asks the Ministry of Waterways, I'm giving you the modern parlance, Samudra Raja, to give him permission. After 3-4 days, this person doesn't arrive, which itself proves that this person was corrupt. Samudra Raja was corrupt. Else, when Rama is surrendering, following the 3 days of Prayopavesham, why should he not return? Then he comes and says, Rama, I've done a grave mistake by not answering your call. That is when this particular verse comes. This is not a verse of Tulsidas. This is not the verse what the protagonist Rama states. It is a verse of a character. Samudra Raja states, Dhol Gavar Sudra Pashunari Sakal Tadana Ke Adhikari. Everybody deserves instructions, very, very clear, assertive instructions, and he lists the category. So he says, Dhol, he talks about the Achetana Vastu, those which don't have knowledge. Then Gavar, those who are bereft of education. Then he brings the word Sudra. Immediately there is a huge flare up here, because Shastram says Janma Jayate Shudraha. Until you have decided your profession of being a Vedic Pandit or a person who protects the country, all of us are Shudras. Janma Jayate Shudraha. Then he says Pashu Nari, Pashu, all the animals, Nari, all the women. So the men come in the word Shudra, the women come in the word Pashu, Nari. So it is similar to the verse Sura Nara Khaga Go Bhogi Gandharva Daityehi, which comes in Vishnu Sahasranamam. Third point, Rahul, whenever we have religious works in India, I'm talking about the Indian civilization, be it Ramayanam of Valmiki, Mahabharata of Vyasa, we have bequeathed poetry. And in poetry, you have every right to use similes and metaphors. For example, you show me an object which is white. I tell this object is as white as a crane. I'm using a simile. Tomorrow morning when I'm making my cup of tea or coffee, I cannot end up using the crane. I'm just using one aspect of that particular object for comparison. So people should understand reading, because people who speak like this would have never have touched Ramcharitmanas. Ask them to give an essence. I can bring this challenge to you on your debate, Rahul. Bring the person who is talking about Ramcharitmanas and me on the debate. Let him explain every verse of the Yuddha Kandam, every verse of the Bala Kandam, and then criticize Tulsidas. So my final conclusion word is this thought of burning books is a very, very Western thought. They are still laid in their old rules. Hinduism doesn't believe in any of these manuscripts. It believes that all these manuscripts are in the brain. So let them burn as many copies as possible. The religion and the civilization will survive for another. You spoke about five, I think Anand spoke about 5 millennia or more, so it will survive for 5 more millenniums. So there's no worry about, let them burn as many as possible.
Well, what a shocker, viewers, what a shocker. What a shocker. What violence is being unleashed against Hindu symbols. And people like Samir Singh will laugh it off, viewers. Their party will justify it. How shocking. How absolutely anti-Hindu a mindset is being displayed. A great tradition where dialogue is preferred over violence. Viewers, these people, for a few votes, have even sold their dharma. Can you believe it, viewers? How shocking it is. How shocking. I let you mull over everything that has been said, viewers. This has been an intense debate, and I want to move on to another unpleasant subject. Radicalized Islamic